G'day, Derek. Welcome to Flicknicks. Yeah, you too. So take us back to the beginning. Right back when you guys started Jackass, did you think it would last this long, almost over a decade later?
No, I mean it never. Nobody, I think, ever thought there'd be a first movie, and after the first movie, no one ever thought there'd be a second. And now you just stop thinking about it. It happens when it happens.
Yeah, that's it. And does it get harder to make these kind of under the radar films where you've got to use the hidden cameras and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean it's a major reason there was makeup in the first place for Knoxville. That part got harder. He was more recognizable. I'm sure now this character of Irving, who was always a little piece of him in the Jackass movies, that character is going to be a lot harder to do it. The shooting of them, the hidden camera of it, yeah, that was a whole different animal, particularly when you were doing it in a way that you wanted to tell a story, not just go shoot something silly and funny and drop it inside another movie. But we learned as we went. It took a long time to shoot, a long time to write, and we got better and better as it went. So by the end of it, we felt like we could keep doing this. We got good at it. We figured it out.
And do you actually have test screenings with elderly audiences for this film?
Elderly. I don't know if we had one specifically, and I might be wrong, for an older audience, but I know in all the audiences, there's always been a component of, it's a pretty good sampling of audiences.
And are we ever going to see an Australian version of Jackass film or TV series in the future?
Somebody asked me that earlier, and we were talking about it earlier, actually. This would be an amazing place to come shoot something. We all kind of know it and feel it when we get here. If the time and place is right, yes, no one would argue about coming back and shooting something here. It would be great. It would be a lot of fun.
Hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm 86 years old. Don't hurt me.
So do you have any particular inspiration for this character? Any particular person?
Well, there's a lot of my father in it, a lot of sayings and mannerisms from my father, but basically it's a more perverted version of me.
Yeah, right. Do you see yourself like this character in the future?
Well, I think if you act like Irving in the future, you're going to get arrested. If you're pounding beers with an 8-year-old in the park, you're probably going to get arrested.
What is it, do you think, about Australian audiences that particularly like this kind of film?
Australia is like the American South to me, and that's where I'm from. And a bunch of good old boys, and I don't know. I love Australia so much. It reminds me of home. Yeah. And they love it back home, and they love it in Australia, and I love being in Australia. I feel like a special kinship with Australians.
Yeah.